Hope and the others were killed in this tower. And then, after they were dead, the AI took control of the Academy.
The broken fal'Cie was created by a broken artificial intelligence. Humans were betrayed, and then they were wiped out.
And the duplicates were mechanical puppets that were built to hide what happened.
You two have seen it now. You've seen the forbidden history. People who know too much have to be buried.
It stopped moving.
Looks like they closed the door on us. Well, now we've seen the forbidden history. Does that mean we're stuck here for good?
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence. But now you stand before me alive and well once again. What can that be if not a paradox?
Do you remember what Kaya said? In his memory, the next thing that happens is... we die.
That's why he acted the way he did. As far as he was concerned, we were supposed to be dead. He saw us 200 years later, assumed it was a paradox, and tried to get rid of us.
But there's a way out. If we can survive now instead of dying, that will automatically change history. We can save the future.
Agreed. Alyssa and Hope's fate are in our hands. It's not over yet. Not by a long shot. This is great. The artificial intelligence that killed Hope and his team now seems hell-bent on killing us.
So you don't think the Proto-fal'Cie and the other AI are being controlled by Caius?
No, I don't. Someone else is pulling the strings.
Couldn't the culprit be the artificial intelligence itself? What if something that humans created found a mind of its own?
So you're saying a machine learned to think for itself? Huh. Then it wouldn't need anyone at the controls, would it?
We should search for the AI mainframe. Maybe we'll find out what's really going on.
Jesus.
We're getting close. Let's take it down!
We can do it! For Hope, for Alyssa, for Academia!
Well, are you on your own?
I brought you this.
Why? What should we do with it?
You must protect the timeline. I saw you in Erba. I trust you. I believe in you.
We're in the same time as when we met in Erba. So you're the same Yule?
Yes.
But who are you? Who are the Farseers?
I am the seeress of the oldest tribe on Pulse. My visions of the future are recorded and stored in the Oracle Drive. But that is long in the past. There is no more need to record the prophecies. I have Caius now.
What do you mean?
He is tasked with protecting the seeress and remembering her visions. Now and forever, he will remember the entire timeline. Caius. He is beyond death.
What? You mean he can't die ever?
The seeress possesses the eyes of Etro, and inside Caius beats the heart of chaos. The goddess has gifted him the curse of eternity. He is a guardian, and his mission is to protect the Cirrus. The power to see the future is a terrible weapon. It can turn history into chaos.
But then, I don't understand. Why are you helping us? I mean, you do know we're trying to change history, right?
History has already been broken. The timeline had been twisted before I met you. The distortion leads to a future of death and destruction. If you change the future, you can change the past and correct the distortions. The miracle that saved Cocoon has already been altered. Someone who was meant to survive did not come home.
Someone who was meant to survive? You mean my sister? You do, don't you? You're saying that lightning shouldn't have disappeared that day.
It was because the future was changed.
So, if we keep traveling through the gates and resolve all the paradoxes that are happening...
Yeah.
If you change the future again, the true past will be restored. The past that you still remember, Sarah. Together, the two of you can correct the timeline.
Did you hear that, Noel? We've been doing the right thing all along.
Yes. Can you tell us something else? Someone has been laying traps for us inside this tower. Do you know who's behind it?
Your enemy. It is here inside the tower. It has generated the contradictions that threaten you. The machine is sentient.
A machine? So the Caius who we met earlier in academia, he was...
An imitation created by the machine.
And what about the other Caius? The one we saw in the tower?
He is real. He brought me here. And when we are finished, he will take me away.
Let's go.
Yes, go. And please, let me see a new future.
We'll do it.
Good. Everyone is smiling. This is the future I wanted to see.
I shall remember your pain. It will be carved in my heart, together with the memories of every other Yule, cursed to die this way.
I'm worried about Yule.
Yeah. But... if we're going to fight, we can't afford to have doubts. She's hoping for a better future and believes we can make it. Look! The fake Caius was sent out from this place.
But where's the enemy that Yule warned us about?
Proto-Fal'Cie. So this is what Yule meant by sentient machine.
This thing has been behind everything. It's the one who turned the people into Seath, and it's the one who's been trying to kill us in the tower. I don't understand. How did the future Proto-Fal'Cie end up here?
This place must be like the void beyond. A crossroads where the future and past intersect.
And that would enable time travel. No, Do you realize what this means? The Proto-Fal'Cie could have used this place to travel through time and infiltrate the artificial intelligence. Then it could have manipulated the AI to kill all the humans in the tower and build the Fal'Cie of Academia's future.
You're saying the Proto-Fal'Cie took control of the AI and ordered it to build the Proto-Fal'Cie. It's a closed loop, a chicken and egg paradox.
Right. A paradox is exactly what it is. The Proto-Fal'Cie was trying to protect the distortion that gave birth to it.
And it knew all along that it was part of the paradox.
Just a sec. If the Proto-Fal'Cie can manipulate the past, that means...
It could travel back in time and rebuild itself.
As long as the crossroads exist, you cannot defeat the Proto-Fal'Cie, Kupo!
What are we gonna do now? Reached.
Mog!
We gotta stop it!
No!
Sarah, now! Perfect! Okay, my turn! See how you like this! Time for you to go away! Thanks to Mog, huh?
Kupo! Just play her out, Kupo.
You saved the day.
Thank you. You did great. Again!
This is Hope's fault.
Huh?
He was the one who started building these things. Proto-Fal'Cie and AI both. But will you listen to me? Looking around for scapegoats. These fights are really starting to wear me down.
I don't blame you.
It's not gonna do us any good whining about the mistakes of the past. If we don't stop this thing from regenerating, we're never gonna get out of here!
The machine is manipulating the past. But then, there's no reason we can't either. Please, I hope you're watching this. Hope! Can you hear me? I've got a bone to pick with you. These machines you built
Sarah!
are driving me nuts! Ah!
You did it, Sarah.
But I didn't do anything. At least, I don't think I did.
Sarah, are you all right? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm alive.
Oh, what a relief.
You worry too much, Noel.
Kupo!
Noel isn't himself these days. I wonder if it's because he can't remember the future. It's understandable. No one wants to think they'll forget something that's important to them.
You know something? When you get mad, you sure do remind me of your sister.
Careful. She might be watching, you know.
Kupo?
If we are returning to a better future.
Kupo?
I'm sure of it. We did it. We actually did it.
I think Yule must be happy now.
This is what you wanted to see, wasn't it?
Welcome to the future, you say?
Are they real?
Now, is that a polite way to greet old friends? I mean, we haven't seen each other in what? How many years?
It's been all of 390 years. I guess you guys have been busy, huh?
Please come by my headquarters when you get a chance. You're guests of the Academy.
Where do we find the Academy head office?
It's probably the most impressive-looking building. What about that one?
I hear academia is the place to be if you love big cities. You can do everything through a touchscreen panel. It's almost like magic, isn't it? I'm magical too. I can open shop anywhere. I can even prove it. See?
Something's definitely gone wrong with this gate.
Space-time is twisted so the gate can't manifest itself, Kupo. When the future is made certain, the gate will be fixed, Kupo.
Future made certain. Does that mean we should help the Academy with their important job?
Kupo! Kupo!
Hope told us that he invented a machine called a time capsule. That's how they got here. Back in 13 AF, Hope devised a plan to build an artificial Fal'Cie. It was called the Proto-Fal'Cie Project. He wanted to use the new technology to re-levitate Cocoon. But then one day, Hope saw a certain prophecy in the Oracle Drive.
So I activated the Oracle Drive and watched the prophecy. I saw you fighting the Proto-Fal'Cie, and I saw you screaming out at me. Your machines are driving me nuts!
Well, I was getting pretty ticked off by that point.
Well, exactly. So we were forced to reevaluate the project, and eventually abandon it.
Okay, you saw Sarah getting mad at you, so you canceled your project, and then poof, the Proto-Fal'Cie disappeared. Is that about right? We didn't destroy it so much as it never existed in the first place.
We were following the wrong path to the future. If the Proto-Fal'Cie had managed to get control of Cocoon, it would have made itself the second Eden, and we'd be back where we began.
Yeah. It would have been just like how it was on the old Cocoon.
We realized we couldn't let that happen. We had to levitate Cocoon using only human technology.
Right. Not to mention that if you had kept with the original plan, your machines would have killed you.
Really? Then we owe you our lives. Thank you.
Funny, you lose your temper and the whole future changes. So, I bet you're dying to know how we came to the future, huh?
Kinda.
You've heard about the time capsule we used? It's a device that slows down time only for its occupants. The effect is caused by the creation of a powerful gravitational field and, well, essentially we just slept as the outside world flashed forward into the future.
This capsule of yours, it can't take you back, can it?
Unfortunately not. And considering it broke down after a single use, I doubt it'll prove to be a popular method of time travel.
You risked your own life for the sake of Cocoon.
Oh, the director was there with me. Hey, Sarah. After coming to the future myself, I think I understand how you must feel. The Academy has welcomed us with open arms, and we can research as we always have, but sometimes I get these terrible anxiety attacks.
Alyssa...
Please, Sarah, you have to let me apologize for the way I treated you in the past. Maybe you can't forgive me for that, but I hope as fellow time travelers, we can face the future on friendly terms. The Academy has made progress on its investigation into the 13th Arc. At this stage, there is good news and there is bad news.
Let's hear the good news first.
We've discovered that the Ark's reactor is powered by an ore cluster, known as the Graviton Core. By collecting these, there's a possibility that the new Cocoon will be up in the sky in no time.
That is good news.
Okay, so now you gotta hit us with the bad news.
Each ore cluster provides only a certain amount of power. The 13th arc, for example, requires a single graviton core. We're going to need multiple cores that we can't seem to find.
Need a hand with the search?
If there's one thing we're good at, it's looking for weird objects.
We could use the help. With you two on the case, we'll have those cores in no time.
I'll put together some data on graviton cores. Check in with the Academy front desk. Did I tell you? The director is inventing a new device.
The Academy has been making progress on the development of a paradox weapon. A very powerful weapon that feeds on time-distorting energies.
Using a paradox against itself, huh?
Exactly. There's a possibility we may come up against the man who appears in the Oracle Drive recordings. The war has already begun, and we're fighting to protect the future itself.
A battle to the end, against Caius.
But, Director, didn't you say you were missing a certain material?
A chaos crystal. It's a solidified chunk of paradox energy, but according to the data, it doesn't exist in this time period.
Well, hey, you've still got us.
And we've got the Historia Crux.
I knew I could count on you. Once you found the crystal, I can build you a prototype. Alyssa and I decided to come to the future to observe the 13th arc, the structure that appears in the sky of this time period.
That thing that's floating above us now?
Yes. In the end, we abandoned the idea of restoring the old cocoon. Instead, we plan to build an entirely new shell. Of course, there's still the problem of how to keep such a creation airborne.
A whole new cocoon. That's an ambitious plan.
Sure is. And that's why you're here, to find out what keeps the Ark afloat.
Exactly. When we learned of the Ark's appearance through the Oracle Drive, we had to come and see it for ourselves.
The technology to raise the new cocoon into the sky is already there. As soon as we have all the graviton cores, we'll have the power source we need. Thanks again. What would we do without you? Hey, Mom! Have you been a brave little Moogle?
Kupo!